So tell us about Sequent Partners.
Well, Sequent Partners has had an interesting road. We started out, it's sort of an example of what happens when you just put one foot in front of another and you're prepared to sort of take your lumps as you go. We started out as a brand metrics consultancy. Bill and I were absolutely fascinated by the value of brands, and I don't mean just the stock market value, although that's one aspect of it, but I mean the value a brand brings to a business. For example, just one statistic people like to cite is it's been, I wish I could recall the year now, but it's been quite a number of years since the majority of the value represented in the world stock markets are intangible assets, not brick and mortar, not money. It's value of things like patents, information, and brands. So clearly they're valuable. They make businesses more profitable. They make businesses more stable, which is a good reason for equity prices to be higher for them. And we know that one of the major influences in brand value is advertising, delivering a message, getting people to understand the value, the benefits, the functions and features of a brand are a good portion of what makes it valuable. In addition, of course, the fact that the brand has to deliver those things. That's I guess where it all starts. Yet companies don't manage their marketing and their advertising in a way that's focused on building a brand. We've been big fans of market mix modeling. I've been involved with market mix modeling from its inception. We were doing something akin to market mix modeling back in the 70s at Y&R, and there's a long history that stems out of that agency into some of the major players in the field today. But market mix modeling, I think to everyone's admission or understanding, is only about short-term sales response. And that's great because you can begin to answer the famous Wanamaker question, which I won't even bother to recite here because I'm bored of it myself. But it does begin to show you how advertising delivers sales, but that's just half the equation. Or maybe it's less than half the equation. Maybe the bigger half of the equation is how advertising builds brands, and we haven't begun to understand how to evaluate that in the same way to make that part of the decision-making process. So anyway, long way to say that we still have a lot of passion for brands and their value, but right at the beginning, media just kind of came and overtook us. I hadn't even honestly left the ARF when I got a call from Greg Ross at P&G talking about this crazy idea he had called Project Apollo. And we got involved with P&G with Project Apollo, then Arbitron and Nielsen with Project Apollo, and back to P&G with Project Apollo, and it's been a thread through our early days. And then other issues in media, anything from set-top boxes to channel planning to integrating copy and media evaluation to other single-source analysis and so forth, have just kept us busy and constantly interested. I think one of the things we now call ourselves a brand and media metrics consultancy, and we'll work with and we do work with advertisers, we'll work with media companies, we'll work with research companies, trade associations, all around the idea of how do you create or adapt media metrics to cope with the new environment. So it comes back to my consistent theme here of information leverage. How do you harness that information leverage through the metrics that you use to manage your business, to sell your media, to buy media, to manage your media. And that's, I think that keeps us right in the middle of some of the most fascinating issues in our business today. So we feel very fortunate that we've been able to do that. And most recently, we brought in a new partner. Not that recent anymore. It's about a year and a few months ago. Alice Sylvester joined us. And Alice is someone I worked with over the years as a volunteer at ARF, and then when I was at ARF as president, she was actually chairman twice, so she's been my boss twice. And now we've leveled the playing field and she's a partner, so Bill and I are very happy to have her with us now.